Yes. There you go. Good job. All right, so I wanted to just send a quick little video out of two of the things that I'm really working on right now with her, which is attention barking at me if I'm not paying enough attention to her, she starts yelling at me. And then confidence. So before I do those, I want to go over just real quick markers. So I don't know if she did that with you guys or whatever, how you reward her, but I'd like to have a marker word that lets her know when I like a behavior. That marker is just a word that marks a moment in time that I like something. For her, that's going to be the arrival, or announcing the arrival of food. So once that association is created between word and delivery of food, I'd like it to be a reflexive response where she hears the word, whatever she's doing when she hears that word takes on the good feeling of receiving food, so that she's more likely to continue to do that behavior in the future. And then we have a couple of different markers that have contextual meanings as far as what we're looking for within behavior and what the reward event is going to look like. So the main one that I'm working on right now is yes. Yes, it's a non-committal marker, meaning whatever she's doing when she hears it, she doesn't need to do it, keep doing it, she just needs to come take food from me. And then we have duration markers, which I'm not really fixating on too much with her right now. So good is the word for I like what you're doing, continue to do it, and I'm going to pay her in behavior. Okay is a terminal marker, meaning you're done doing that behavior. So right now, again, big focus on yes, come take food from me. I don't need her to stay in behavior for very long. So she's not really doing it right now, but normally when she wants attention from me, she starts yelling at me. So ignoring it only goes but so far because we're allowing the behavior to continue. I want to kind of balance my approach to it where if she does bark, I'm going to correct it to tell her, nope, that's not an option. But I don't want to just punish her through it. Like I also want to capture the moment right before the bark happens and pay that. I want to show her where her value is and how she's going to get my attention is by being calm. And I basically want to teach her how to kind of wait for attention instead of being pushy and needy through it. By showing her what I'm looking for through rewarding, I'm hoping that also helps with her confidence. So confidence thing, I don't know if she does it with you guys, but if I reach too quickly at her, she just like flattens out like a pancake on the ground. If I go to put a collar on her, leash on her, anything, she's just laying down on the ground. And sometimes she will pee herself. So that could just be an isolated thing for here because there's so much going on. She's just a little bit like overstimulated, and it could be something that she grows out of as through her time here. This is just Wednesdays. This is Wednesday morning, so she hasn't had like a super long, consistent amount of time with me yet. But anyway, so I'm really only giving her attention if she's in an upward sitting position, a confident position. Like yesterday, I was working on her place command, and I want to build a little bit of that impulse control where even if I'm going to pay her, if she like lunges towards me or rushes towards me, I guess would be a better word, or starts barking at me or does the like unconfident bow thing, I just wait until she's back up into a calm sit and then I proceed with giving her payment. I want to be really clear with her with the markers and with helping her find her advantage to build her confidence, which if she knows exactly what I'm looking for, I feel like it's going to help her not second guess herself so much. She's a really nice dog. She's super puppy brain, just really excitable, and I want to kind of cap her excitement level to be more constructive because right now she's just like so excited, overstimulated, and not really thinking things through. A little bit of drive is nice, but I think that we're leaving the drive well and kind of entering like just straight arousal where there's no actual focal point for her excitement. She's just leaking excitement. So I kind of want to fine tune that a little bit to help her make better choices. Right? Harley, who's it? Come here. So, sit. Yes. I'm having her come up to me to grab that treat. Harley, sit. Yes. And if I go down to pet her, so I'm going to kind of show this real quick. reaching down. Yes. Good girl. Petting her, but having her stretch up to take that food, to show her like, hey, you can reach up to me to get that. I don't want to squash that excitement. Come on. Yes. Good girl. Very nice. She's not doing the barking stuff at me, so I'm not gonna go over that until she maybe starts doing it. We've been working on that a lot because she's just always yelling at me in here. Hi. Come here. Let's see if she'll do it if I do this. Face. Good. Oh, you thirsty? You can have some water. Oh, close. Alright, come on. Nice. I'm pulling her away from it just because I literally just had her outside and she was trying to need water. I know a lot of golden retrievers, they get really thirsty like that. It's a lot of excitement and maybe a little bit of anxiety that causes them to be extra thirsty. So keep an eye on that. We want to make sure she's not over drinking and making herself sick. And then we run into health things later, or that she could potentially already have, that are typical of golden retrievers where they do drink a lot of water. Keep an eye on that. It might just be a thing here also. So I'm just gonna kind of move around the room, and if she starts yelling at me, then I'll tell her no. If we start getting into that pattern, I'm going to, yes, and pay her when she calms down. So, yes, very good. Actually, I'm gonna switch over to the good marker place, only because I put her in command. So I want her to remain in command, so I'm gonna say good. So if I walk away, good. I want to pay her for not freaking out that I left. The back tie is just there to give me a little bit of a way to communicate, kind of aids my need for her to be on her place instead of her like running off to chase after me. Good. We did this exercise yesterday already. So she kind of already understands it. So maybe this video isn't good because it wants to be as demonstrative as I had thought it would be. Let me see if I get my dog out. She gets a little jealous. Yeah. Where are you? Oh, big stretch. Hey. Spin. Turn. Flex. Kiss. Good. Good. So you saw that how she crouched. I just kind of paused my movement towards her and waited for her to relax her muscles a little bit. Good. Yesterday what she was doing was she would either like really kind of brace towards me and kind of like try to grab over at the food, which if she hadn't been back tied would have mean that she would have just run off to meet me. I want her to have that impulse and wait for me to bring things to her. Good. Very nice. All right, babe, what's your making a liar out of me. Okay. Very nice. But yeah, so if she were to start yelling at me, okay, sit, good. Good. I would tell her no the first bark with a little bit of leash pressure, and then while she's still in that state of mind, every time she gets quiet, yes or good, I pay her. So I'm showing her like, this is how you get attention from me, is by being calm and waiting and building up that impulse and not demand barking and yelling at me and forcing me to give her some sort of attention. Because it works, right? All attention is good attention. So she starts yelling at us, we're like, hey, stop it. Gave her attention, even though it's not necessarily what we mean as a rewarding moment. For her, it is exactly what she wanted, so it works. So if we over communicate when she is barking, then we are rewarding an unwanted behavior. Good. Just a perfect little angel today. Man. Come here. Where'd you go? Come here. Sit. Good. So she broke out of behavior. Good. So I just put her back into behavior. Good. Good. Okay. Yay! Good job. have out. Right now I'm tossing a lot of treats for creating a reflexive response to that word. Out. Very good. Thank you. Out. Yes. Very good. I like to teach them how to move away from me before I just start correcting the act of jumping up. Again, balance. I want there to be an expectation of what I'm looking for before I start saying it, not an option. We can add that in as I start establishing rules. So like for the place, it means place, go on there, hang out on that area. We're adding in rules where if you break out of behavior before you hear okay, then I'm gonna say nope, and I'm gonna put you back into behavior. That is how I add rules. I want to be consistent and follow through with those things, even if it's not that big of a deal, so that she understands exactly what the picture is that I'm looking for. Hey girl. Hi, big girl, yes. Very nice. And you see there, like she was about to jump up, and I said yes before her feet lifted off the ground, so she went like this, back to her relaxed position. Very good. Out. Yes. Very good. Harley. Hi. Good. Good. Okay. Very nice, mamas. Yeah. Hi. Hi. Good. Very good. Yes, good girl. Good. Okay. Again, rewarding, confident postures. All right, girlfriend. That's it for the video.